What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and we have been talking a lot about these three Kansas City Chiefs fans who were found frozen to death in their friend's backyard. Now, the Chiefs play the Ravens today, and I gotta be honest with you all. I'm rooting for the Ravens, but part of me is rooting for the Chiefs just because of these guys. But anyways, enough about that. As you all know, I've been playing the videos. I have shown you all the clips. Various family members, girlfriends, they've all spoken out about these three men who lost their lives in that backyard. Who knows how? But now some sources that are close to Jordan are starting to speak out. We've heard from family. We've heard from girlfriends. We've heard from Jordan's lawyer. But now people who are close to Jordan, they want to remain anonymous. I'm assuming that they're family members, but they're coming out here basically with the woe is me card, saying that Jordan is just really depressed. Jordan is so depressed about what happened to his friends, and he's so depressed because people are accusing him of this and that. And I'm sitting here like, listen, right now, any sympathy that people have, it's being directed towards the families of the people who lost their lives. I understand that Jordan is in a real pickle. He's in a really difficult situation. And if he had nothing to do with this, I feel bad that he's in this position. But at the end of the day, when everyone's already looking at Jordan with the side eye, right now is not necessarily the best time to come out and fish for sympathy, because people don't have any sympathy left to give, especially not for Jordan. And in many ways, he brought this on himself, because if his lawyer was not out here on the news every night, changing Jordan's story every day, people would maybe be more likely to believe what Jordan has to say. But now that we've already been lied to, now that the details have already changed 4 or 5 times, no one's going to believe anything that Jordan says. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this article and figure out what's going on. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe while we're at it. HIV scientist who hosted Kansas City Chiefs watch party before bodies of 3 friends were found in his backyard is very depressed over accusations he was involved in their deaths and devastated he couldn't go to their funerals. The Kansas City Chiefs fan whose 3 friends were found dead in his backyard is very depressed and devastated, a source claims. An anonymous source close to the 38-year-old scientist and his family has revealed that he is devastated and that he did not get to say goodbye or go to his friends' funerals, and is concerned about unfounded suspicion he believes he is facing. The source said that Jordan is very depressed as the whole country speculates and is accusing him of murdering his friends. Hold up. We gotta pause. We gotta pause because I don't want this over-exaggeration. The whole world is accusing Jordan of murdering his friends. No, the whole world is not accusing Jordan of that. I haven't accused Jordan of that. I told you all, and I've told you all time and time again, I don't think that Jordan necessarily purposely killed his friends. I just think that Jordan knew that something happened to his friends, and he tried to play it off like he didn't know. And I looked through my comments. I've made over a dozen videos about this. All of the videos get 3, 4, 5, 600, 700 comments. I've read through them. I've seen hundreds of people who are on the same page as me, basically, who don't think that Jordan murdered his friends. They just think that something happened to his friends as they were partying, and that Jordan tried to play it off as if he didn't know. So I don't want them coming out here throwing out the extreme, because yes, some people do believe Jordan murdered them. Even some of the families have stated they think that Jordan drugged them and then dragged their bodies outside. I get it. There are people out there who believe that. But it's not like it's the general consensus. It's not like the whole world came together and we decided this is what we're rolling with. I think, I don't know if it's 50-50, but it's pretty close. A lot of people aren't basically, out here saying that Jordan's a murderer. We just think that Jordan knew something and tried to play it off and tried to pretend like he was asleep for 2 days while his friends' bodies were in the backyard. But let's go forward. Not only is the whole country accusing him of murdering his friends without factual details, evidence, or any charges at this time, but he also lost 3 close friends. He didn't get to say goodbye or go to their funerals due to the circumstances of these wild speculations and accusations. No one seems to be willing to wait for the results of the toxicology report or wait for any other facts from the police department from a case that is still under investigation to make these speculations. Once again, let me go ahead and get in front of this. The results of the toxicology report don't really matter. We all are grown adults here. We know that 3 grown men didn't just freeze outside of their friend's house. Obviously, they were on something. They were drinking. They took something. We know there's going to be something in their system. Regardless of what's in their system, it does not change the story. It does not answer the questions. I would like to know why these 3 men were left in the backyard for days on end. Is there a possibility that Jordan knew something was going wrong and instead of getting help, Jordan tried to panic and tried to get scared because he didn't want to be involved in it? So instead of getting help that his friends maybe needed that could have saved their lives, he allowed them to just OD and die in his backyard. Toxicology report isn't going to change anything. And it's important that I keep stressing that. Because news outlets, this source, everyone keeps acting like the toxicology report is going to come back and then we'll all know. No, we're not going to know. We're not going to know. Does the toxicology report tell you who gave the men the substances? No, it doesn't. Does it tell you what happened that night? No, it doesn't. So I am so tired of this toxicology report. That does not, the toxicology report can come back and say anything. That does not make Jordan innocent in this situation. And as far as waiting on police to give us details, police haven't said anything. Police haven't said anything. The world isn't going to sit by and wait for months on end as the police twiddle their thumbs. The world is going to ask questions. Law enforcement did everyone in this situation a huge disfavor by coming out and automatically ruling out foul play within 24 hours. Here's one, you know what? Let's take it there. Everyone says, oh, wait on the toxicology report before speculating or asking questions. Why didn't the police wait on the toxicology report? You want the general public to wait on the toxicology report as if that's going to solve this situation. Well, why didn't police wait? Police ruled out foul play in under 24 hours before any reports came back. Why didn't police wait for the toxicology report? So when you're getting on people, telling people they need to wait, you can't say this, you can't say that. What about the police? The police didn't wait. The police came out here without knowing anything at all and was just like, oh, no foul play, 100%. But let's go forward. The source further claimed that Willis's family came to know of what happened only after local news media contacted them. The family didn't know if Willis was among the fatalities. Okay. Whose fault is that? That's Jordan's fault. Oh, the family didn't know if Jordan was dead. The family didn't know about the situation until they saw it on the news. I wonder why. I mean, don't you think if 3 men were found frozen in your backyard and you had no idea they were back there, you would call your family like, man, some crazy shit just happened to me. The family found out about this story on the news because Jordan is so guilty. And when I say guilty, I don't mean like he's guilty of killing them. He feels so guilty about this situation that he doesn't even want to tell his parents. He doesn't want to tell his own family about it. So his family had to find out about it on the news. Okay? He didn't want to call home and talk about this at all because Jordan wants to separate himself from the situation in any way he can. So he didn't even have a conversation with his family about it. They just turned on the news and was like, wait, that's our son's house. Wait, is Jordan dead? And then they find out, no, Jordan's not dead. Jordan's mysteriously alive, mysteriously sleeping for 2 days in his boxers with an empty wine glass. But let's go forward. The family also disputed claims that the scientist had told people his friends froze to death in his yard after police arrived at his home. What was missing from that story was context. He never once said that his friends were frozen to death to anyone. Hold on. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But you see, Jordan's family and Jordan, they have the same problem. They say one thing and then they contradict themselves in the next sentence. So this family had no idea this was going on until they saw it on the news, right? This family had no idea. They didn't know if Jordan was alive or dead, but somehow they know all of the details about what Jordan told his friends. The family, who didn't even know this happened, and once they found out, they thought Jordan might be one of the people dead. Somehow, some way, they know the intimate details of everything Jordan has told everyone since then. How can this family come out and be like, Jordan never told anyone that his friends froze to death? Yet, just 2 seconds before, in the same statement, you said you didn't even know this happened until you saw it on the news. You thought your son was dead. But now you know everything your son has said? Come on, people. Try a little bit harder. You know, the whole purpose of this information coming out is to make you feel bad for Jordan. But now I'm starting to dislike this guy even more because his family is up to the same antics. And that's what happens with these types. These scientist types, they think they're so smart, right? Because they live in this bubble and they get this education and they think they're the smartest people in the world. And yeah, they know things that me and you don't know, but a lot of times they don't have common sense. Which is why in this situation, we have this well-educated, smart dude that can't even get his story straight. Everyone thinks that going to college and getting this degree and studying this, that it makes you smart and well-educated, but in reality, some of these people are the dumbest people you'll ever meet. Sure, they know things about things that you don't know about, but when it comes to common sense, they have none. And Jordan's family is just like Jordan, out here contradicting themselves, trying to claim that you know everything Jordan has ever said to anyone, but you didn't even know this situation happened. So if Jordan didn't tell you that this situation happened, why would Jordan provide you with the information about everything he's ever said in any conversation with anyone else? But let's go forward. Willis's father issued statements saying that he would never in a million years do anything. These were all good friends of his. These were all people he went to school with, and he took them to a football game the day before the Chiefs. Speaking to the New York Post, Willis's father said he would never in a million years hurt his friends. When pressed on inconsistencies in Willis's story, notably the fact that one of the bodies did not have a jacket on when apparently leaving his home, despite the icy cold weather, he said, they could have gone out there. It was icy and cold that night. I don't know how many cars they came in. There were 3 of them, and there were only 2 cars left on the street. They could have decided they wanted to go back inside his house for some reason. People leave the house all the time without coats. It doesn't matter how cold it is. So I can't answer to that statement. Jordan doesn't know what happened to them, and he never saw them again at the point they were walking towards the front door and leaving his house. I already know what some of you all are thinking. Well, what about the inconsistencies when it comes to Jordan acting like these guys were best friends and the families of these guys saying they didn't know Jordan? Well, this source came up with an excuse for that too. They basically said that Jordan went off to college and moved away, and then he came back, and then, he reunited with his friends from high school, and they claim that's the reason why none of the family members, the girlfriend, nobody seems to know Jordan, but Jordan claims that he is the best of friends with these guys. Now, when it comes to this situation overall, like I said earlier, if Jordan is totally innocent, and if Jordan actually knows nothing, then I feel bad that he is in this position. It's a position that none of us would want to be in. But it's also a position that his lawyer has kind of put him in. Because if we never heard from Jordan or his lawyer, I don't think the story would be where it's at today. The reason the story has gained so much attention, the reason this story keeps spreading, the reason everyone keeps talking about it is because Jordan's story keeps changing. If I wake up in the morning and Jordan's story doesn't change and his lawyer isn't doing 15 interviews while I'm asleep, then I wouldn't talk about it. I would talk about another story. But I wake up every day, I look on the news, oh, there goes Jordan's lawyer. Oh, wait, the story changed again. It's gotten so bad that Jordan's lawyer has done multiple interviews on the same day and told different stories in the same day, just hours apart from each other. So when you see people speculating, when you see people accusing Jordan of something, it's I'm not saying it's okay to just accuse people of whatever, but Jordan has brought a lot of this on himself, and that's a detail that we can't ignore. Jordan's not this innocent party that's just sitting there not doing anything and everyone are dogpiling on him. No, Jordan has felt the need through his lawyer to come out here and try to fight and battle in the court of public opinion, but they can't get their story straight. Therefore, people are picking it apart every step of the way. Now, in my opinion, if Jordan really wants sympathy, if Jordan really wants people to stop viewing him as some kind of monster, I think Jordan should talk to the families of the men who died. I'm sure that Jordan's lawyer has instructed him not to talk to anyone. But if Jordan is innocent, and when I say innocent, I mean if Jordan literally has no idea about what happened, then he has nothing to lose. He should come forward and talk to these families. Because you know the fifth friend, the mystery man, he's talked to at least one of these families. He's made peace with one of these families. And those family members believe him. And I think they respect the fact that he had the common decency, being a friend of these three individuals, to send his condolences to the families and to tell them all of the details that he knew of that night. So the mystery man that people are looking at, they're digging through his criminal records, he actually sat down and talked to one of the families. So I respect that. Could he be involved somehow? No one knows. But at the very least, I think he did the right thing. Everyone's waiting on Jordan to do the right thing. Because if you're not guilty, you had nothing to do with it, you had no knowledge of this happening, then you have nothing to hide. You have nothing to be worried about. You have nothing to be scared about. The police are already on your side. Law enforcement already said no foul play. They're not going to investigate it, and they don't suspect Jordan of anything. So right now, it's just the family that Jordan has to worry about, and public opinion. And I don't think Jordan should worry about public opinion. I think Jordan should worry about the opinions of his friends' families. Because if you're that devastated that your friends died, imagine how devastated their families are. And their families deserve answers. Their families deserve to know what happened that night. And if Jordan was really innocent, and Jordan was really worried about how people viewed him, Jordan would have a conversation with them. But Jordan's not going to do that. Jordan is not going to do that. I wonder why. That's a question that may be answered soon. Let me know your thoughts, though, about this down in the comments below. If you're feeling generous, you can donate to the channel via CashApp, or you can donate via Super Thanks, or for free, you can help the channel by liking the video, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, and all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.